Hey Scratchers, let's learn about variables and how to use them. The learning target for this lesson is that you understand what a variable is and that you can write a program that uses variables. A variable in programming is a container for information. Variables can store numbers, names, or other information. You can set a variable to make it equal a value right away. You can also increase or decrease a variable to add or subtract to its value. When you're writing a program, it's usually helpful to display your variables so you can see if something's gone wrong. Variables in math versus programming. In math, a variable is an unknown number, and usually we want to find out what that number is. In programming, a variable is a way to store information. It could be a name, it could be a phone number, it could be the number 5, it could be Q, whatever. The computer always knows what that variable is, and it's just a label that you attach to some information as a programmer that you can change during the program, but it's really just a shorthand for some numbers the computer already knows. Some uses for variables in programming. You can keep score, you can remember someone's name, you can know if the player got an item, or control the flow of a program. Let's do an example. All right. I am going to make a new variable and call it score. I'm going to set it up so that when this sprite is clicked, go back to my variable section, I can change the score by 1. Now, I can change the score by clicking on the cat. One thing to note is that this blue check mark by score means that it's displayed. You can click this or unclick it. You can also choose to show or hide variables during the program. For this one, I'm going to leave score the whole time. All right, so far that's not much of a game. Let's try to make it a little more interesting. When I click the green flag to start the game, repeat 10 times, go to a random position, and wait 1 second. All right, now the cat is moving around, and I can click on him. That's a little more fun. The only problem is I started out with a bunch of points from when I was messing around, and after the cat stops, I can just keep doing that. So I need to set my score at the beginning. Instead of changing it, because I won't know how much to change it by, I don't know how many times the user's clicked, so instead I'm just going to say set. And then my score will be 0 right away. Okay, so now if I click, the cat moves around, I can click on the cat, and that's a little more interesting. And then when I click the green flag, the game will start again. But wouldn't it be cool if the user could choose to play an easy game or a hard game? Let's do that now. Okay, so we're going to use sensing to ask the user a question. And instead of asking what's your name, I'm going to say, how hard should the game be? Type easy or hard. Now this answer bubble is a special variable. Whatever the user types in as a response to this question will be stored in the answer bubble. All right, so I'm going to be using this twice in a minute, so I'm just getting it ready. I want 2 ifs. One is if the answer says easy. The second one is if the user says hard. To check the value of this answer, this is round. It doesn't fit into this triangle shape. If I try, Scratch just kind of bumps it away. So I'm going to go to the operators section, and I've got these nice pointy shapes, and I want equals. Equals, equals. Put in my answer. So let's make the top one if the answer is easy, and the bottom one if the answer is hard. Okay, I'm going to move this code in above my repeat block. Might need to bring that down. There we go. Okay, now what I want to do is, depending on whether the user says easy or hard, I want to set this wait time. In order to do that, I'm going to need to make a new variable called time cat is still. All right. So here I'm going to, if the user says easy, I'm going to set the time the cat is still to 2 seconds. And if the user says, I want to play a game that's hard, remember to click that drop-down menu, set the time the cat is still to, let's try ½ a second. Okay. Click go, type how hard should it be? Easy. The time cat is still variable is set to 2. Great. How hard should it be? Hard. ½ a second. It still seems like it's moving the same speed. Let's check my code. I made a mistake here. This is still wait 1 second. It doesn't matter if they said easy or hard. It's still a 1 second wait time. But I can change that by taking this bubble, time cat is still, and putting it in that wait. Let's try it again and check what hard looks like now. The cat is moving way faster. I wasn't able to get him at all. Darn it. Okay, let's add one more thing at the end. Let's have the cat say how many points you have. At the very end, let's use the say function. We're going to want to use answer again, but we don't want to just say like 0 or 5. We want to tell what we're saying. So I'm going to go back to operators and use join. This is a way to put together 2 different words. So I'm going to type your score is, and then put in, oh, I don't want answer. I want score. Your score is however many points you got. You put it in. Let's try this one more time. The game should be hard. Doot, 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 doot. Your score is 0. Nice. So now we have a game where you can get points. It resets your score at the beginning. It tells you how many points you had at the end. And it'll ask you if you want to play an easy game or a hard game and use another variable to change the difficulty of the game. So that's an example of using variables in Scratch. I hope this gives you some ideas for how to set up your game or project to be even better than it was before. Happy coding!